Hello, greetings to everyone. Welcome to your program, Opinión Latina. My name is Jorge Rivas and my wife.
Betty Rivas.
Once again, we thank you very much for being with us. It's a pleasure to be able to comment on what's been happening and give you our opinion about what's been going on.
That's right.
For those who may not know yet, my wonderful wife and I are truly blessed to be the proud owners of Sammy's Mexican Grill Inn, and we are absolutely grateful for this opportunity.
The
Town of Catalina, which is about 30 or 40 minutes north of the city of Tucson,
or
about 2 hours south of Phoenix, which is a well-known city for those who are more familiar with the city of Phoenix since it's more famous. We've had the business, Sammy's itself has existed for about 20, almost 21 years, right? More or less. But we've actually been in the business
for 29
years. Then for the last 5 years, we've offered free food to law enforcement officers. When I refer to law enforcement officers, mainly to people or to both men and women who wear a police uniform, serving as police officers
or sheriffs
from any county around here, whether it's Pinal, Pima, Maricopa, any county. Well, different organizations of
detectives too who come in and
yes. So why do we do that? One of the reasons is because we know that in recent years, it's like the negative sentiment from civilians against the law, against law enforcement officers, has gotten uglier, don't you think? I mean, how could you explain it?
Yes, it's almost like a deep-seated hatred toward the police, toward all forms of law and order, you know? I mean, it's like, how do you say it? How would you even describe that feeling?
Yes, especially when things started happening in
2020, right? It started
when they said they wanted to defund the police, that is, take away the funds. The funds
from the Department of
Police is like it blossomed, like it just swelled up even more, like you could really see it happening.
Yes, that people, behaving badly with the police, attacking the police.
So then, after there was a shooting in Dallas and other events that happened about 5 years ago, we here as owners of Sammy's decided that at Sammy's they were going to be treated with
respect.
Yes, well, with respect, but not just that, but also to offer them, if they want or if they wanted, but they do want because we're still doing it, is to offer them their free meal as a form of gratitude, as a way of telling them,
thank you for what you do.
Yes, thank you very much for your service, because we know it happens. It happens. I don't know how often it's happening right now, but across the country, they die. I mean, they die in confrontations. Police officers who are doing their job. I mean, it's a job. It's a dangerous profession. I mean, simply because,
like you say, I mean, we already know that we're all going to die one day, but as you told me one day, but they have the highest possibility that they leave their homes in the mornings or in the afternoon, at night, whatever, and that they have more of a possibility of not returning. I mean, they have a higher risk, you know, than any other person.
So for about the last 5 years, as I've said, I said that we've been
offering
free food. It was almost something that the local people knew. I mean, the people in this area, in this community.
And many more people perhaps, but they hadn't paid attention to it because I remember that you've gone to several radio interviews. Different television networks have gone to the restaurant for one reason or another, or newspapers. And I remember that you always tell them, here is this poster, because we have a big sign where it says at Sammy's, and you always emphasized it to them. And you tell them, oh, look, this is what I do. You've been saying that for more than 5 years now. And, but now it became an uproar
over
the
ice out thing, which happened almost like a month ago, where several businesses, including restaurants, and I don't know if across the country, but I know that here in Tucson, they closed to support the ice out cause. And obviously we didn't close And we were asked through a news outlet like that if the offer was extended.
No, but first they call me and ask me if we are closed, if the restaurant is closed.
And
I ask him why. Well, because of the ice out, which is the national day. Across the nation, people are going to support it and they're closing businesses. Then I told him, no, of course not. We don't support that. Our restaurant is open.
so, and
They ask you.
yes, they asked me if we're going to close. Of course not. And I even explained that the offer to give food to law enforcement also includes immigration agents, ICE agents, because they are law enforcement officers. They are agents who work for the federal government.
Mm-hmm.
So that kind of really infuriated a lot of people because in their minds, it just did not make any sense to them at all.
Mm.
If you are Latino, you by default are supposed to be against law enforcement agents, which is totally incorrect.
Mm-hmm.
And as a person like us, a family like us who support law and order, we cannot support that kind of behavior because of the reason what happens. If you now disagree with those rules, with those laws, then tomorrow you can choose another topic. And if we go against another group of agents, then we're eventually going to reach a point where if we become a truly revolutionary group of people, we can reach a stage where there is absolutely no order, where there is complete disorder, a truly chaotic situation.
Yes, no.
So through the news that was coming out, it became clear that we were giving them support, not only through our words, but also by offering free food to these people.
That included that.
Uh-huh.
Yes, they asked you if you also included IC agents in that offer, and you said, of course, they are welcome here at Sammy's and they will be treated as they deserve with respect, and they will also eat for free.
Well, that actually became quite suddenly, but really huge.
Absolutely huge.
Huge that it reached the ears of who visited us.
And we had quite a big surprise on February 13th, Friday, February 13th, an unexpected surprise. We were visited by none other than Kirstjen Nielsen, who is the head of the Department of Homeland Security, or DHS.
The secretary.
The secretary, yes, and then along with her came between 60 and 70 agents from ICE and the Border Patrol.
Yeah.
And it is also truly an honor and a privilege that the big boss came, the chief of the Border Patrol, Michael Banks.
Yeah. Okay, I see.
And well, we were happy to receive them.
As you said,
at the beginning, during that interview they did with you, the one that people got upset about, it was clear that every single one of the agents who were at Sammy's, along with Kirstjen, along with Michael, were all treated with genuine respect. Each and every one of them was content, happy, and truly enjoying what they ate.
Yes, Kristi mostly came to thank us for supporting her.
And that we weren't doing anything wrong.
And we have to emphasize that as Latinos, as immigrants, we agree that immigrants who haven't committed crimes should be given the chance to see if they can fix their status. I mean, it's not like people accuse us of being racist or being bad
people.
But we simply want to send or give the message that just because you don't agree with how the laws are being enforced or what the laws are, it doesn't give you the right to attack the agents. It doesn't give you the right to spit on them, hit them, insult them, or try to hit them with your vehicles, as we've seen happen. So they're two very different things. One is what the laws are, and if the laws are wrong, if the laws aren't fair, then you have to work to change those laws. But it doesn't give anyone the right, obviously, to mistreat the agents.
And another thing that's happening is that Border Patrol and ICE agents, they're not letting them into restaurants. They're putting up signs saying they're not welcome, that they can't come in. I mean, imagine that.
To me, that's honestly just un-American. I really feel like if you are living in the United States and you have a U.S. business and you don't like how things are in the United States, then maybe you should just go back to wherever you think it is better.
Yes, where you'll be happy.
For me, as someone born in El Salvador, if I get to a point where I say the U.S. no longer feels like an environment or a country that benefits me and my family, then you know what? I pack my bags.
And you go wherever you want.
And I go back to where I was born or I go somewhere else. but simply acting in such a disrespectful way toward the agents, toward the country, toward a country that has given you so much, to me, that seems unfair.
Well, it is. It's unfair.
And at the same time,
It's like retrograde. I mean, people want to go back to ancient times to see who's the strongest. Yes, who's the strongest? I mean, going toe to toe. Imagine that with a law enforcement officer. When?
and something very important to consider is that the people who put on the uniform every single day without fail to serve, to protect all of us,
Protect us.
they need and deserve our support because we can see the living example of what happened during the last few weeks in Mexico. And one of the very big news stories that came out was the capture and then the death of a very famous Mexican drug trafficker named
El Mencho.
El Mencho.
And they killed him because he was a real dummy.
No, but what's his actual name? Because I don't, well, what's his name?
Oh, I don't even know.
Don't you remember? Well, anyway, they called him El Mencho.
And because I don't go around following news about drug traffickers, definitely not, because I know there are many Mexican people who love it, that to them they're their idols.
They're heroes.
They're heroes. I mean, forget about Chapo in Colorado. I mean, for them it's El Chapo, El Mencho, whoever else. They see them as if they were superheroes. I mean, to me it seems like something so
small-minded.
So small-minded. I mean, accusing you, I mean, it seems so illogical to me, that they accuse you just for having said that in your restaurant, the ICE agents will be treated with respect.
Yeah.
Oh, you're a bad person, you're a racist,
Well, they've called you the worst, everything. I mean, they've called you everything. But you catch a drug trafficker.
But you catch a narco. Oh, what are you going to be? They asked the son. And what are you going to be, son, when you grow up? A little narco, the kids in Mexico say. Just imagine that. I mean, being a narco is an example for, I'm not going to say for all Mexicans, but for many Mexicans, unfortunately, that's very ignorant to me.
But we see what happened, that after they captured and killed this guy, how the violence started across the country.
Exactly. And don't go out.
I mean, they started burning cars, hijacking buses, burning businesses, and people were told, don't go out into the streets, stay in your house because it's very dangerous. The government doesn't have the capacity to protect you. It doesn't have the capacity to maintain order. So that's my number one example. For the people who say why we support law enforcement agents, why we thank them, why we want to be with them 100%, simply because if we don't, the same thing will happen as the example that just happened in Mexico, where society, where the cities, where the country becomes chaotic.
Chaotic.
So where the bad guys, the thugs, the rats,
are the ones in charge? The ones in charge, imagine that. His name is Nemesio Oseguera Cervantes.
Nemesio, to top it off.
Yeah, I mean, imagine.
So, yeah, I mean, we support law enforcement agents. As we said, whether they're local police, state police or federal agents, because it's the right thing to do. It's the logical thing that should be done.
It's logical.
And if it's not done here, as I said a moment ago, for the person who doesn't like it, let them pack their bags
and leave.
And go far away and don't let the door hit them on their behind. Right?
Well, yes, but...
Do you want to add anything or should we move to the next topic?
No, well, I just want to thank every single one of the people who has gone to semis because also, unfortunately, on TikTok more than anywhere else, it's coming out everywhere that Sammy's has already closed. That this past Friday, Sammy's went bankrupt. That they already asked us for the building because they're going to put in a Dollar Tree. Imagine that. We built that building with the sweat of our brow, and thank God that building, no one takes it from us because it's ours. We don't rent it, and there won't be any Dollar Tree, any Family Dollar, or anything like that. What they're saying is a total lie.
We are truly blessed because God has generously given us, has allowed us to be the owners, and it is completely paid off 100%. It may be a small building, but we are so thankful to God that it is ours. Therefore, no one is ever going to take it away from us.
Yes, even saying they'll ask for it because they're putting in another business, please.
No one will ask for it.
No one is going to ask for it because we own the land and we own the building. And Sammy's, with God's favor, will continue.
At the same time, we have to thank all the people
who have
come not only to buy from us more and more often, but also the people across the country who have sent us letters, who have called us, who have given us their support, and
yes, who have contributed to us. They've bought from us. They've bought gift cards, T-shirts, and books. Your book is now a real boom again because all the people, absolutely everyone who goes to Sammy's, they leave with the book that you wrote back in 2020.
So Sammy's Mexican Grill in Catalina remains open for everyone from Monday to Saturday from
8
in the morning until 9 at night, except on Sundays. No, from
8 to 8.
What did I say?
From 8 to 9.
Well, I stay until 9 cleaning.
It's open from 8 to 8. Sammy's is one of...
These are some of the cleanest restaurants in the area that you can find.
Yes, exactly.
But we stop selling at 8 at night. Thank you very much. We'll see you there. And we're going to move on to another topic, a very important topic as well, which is what has sadly just begun, something we didn't want, something that perhaps has to happen so that things improve. And it's the war that started, was it yesterday or the day before? That started in between
Israel, Iran.
And yes, you guessed it,
and against Iran.
More specifically against Iran, but the war that is taking place with the forces of the United States, with an alliance of the United States and Israel against Iran. And from what is known, from what many people know, like in the open world of news, it's simply for the reason that, as we have already mentioned before, that the Islamic government of Iran simply wants to obtain nuclear bombs to make them explode in Israel and in the United States. And we know that when a nuclear bomb explodes, especially the modern ones, we are talking about an extremely destruction at maximum capacity. I mean, it levels everything. I mean, everything gets... If you're made of wood, if you're made of plastic, if you're made of bone and flesh, you're going to turn into ash. I mean, there's nothing left, not anything. Nothing. I mean, maybe a building made of
just the cockroaches.
Well, they say supposedly.
Yes,
maybe a building of very strong stainless steel might remain standing, but other than that, nothing remains.
Well, I'm going to get inside the refrigerator.
So this, I mean, it's sad, because you would think that a country that says it's Islamic, that is Muslim, that they advocate for God, that it's a religion of love. Then we're screwed if it's a religion of love. But when it says no, well, we're going to love you only if you belong to our religion.
Listen, but the saddest thing here is that while the Iranians were happy because they killed the Ayatollah this here in New York and in other parts in Los Angeles, and I don't know where they were,
protest,
but against President Trump, I mean, there's a lot of ignorance, yes, saying, well, that, I mean, how was it possible that Trump was out of this,
dropping bombs,
provoking this war and that? No, I mean, not against him, because when the people over there were loving him, actually saying, I love you, Trump, I love you, thank you so much for liberating us, because they already wanted freedom.
I mean,
imagine.
Yes, I mean, it's said that it's a very oppressive government.
Oppressive. And
sadly, in the United States, there are many liberal people who hate the president. I mean, it was said the other day that if the president gave $1 million to every person in the United States,
they're going to hate him.
They'd still accuse him of being whatever you want, Or if the president discovered the cure for every type of cancer and cured cancer like 100%, they'd still say to him, well, if you cured cancer, why don't you also cure, I don't know, the headache, something else. I mean, he'd be accused of something.
They were never going to be happy because of the hate they have.
But one thing I want to say, which we've talked about before, is that the hate of so many people today simply has to do with the fact that they don't go to church because they don't have God in their hearts. So when you don't have God in your heart, when you don't have love, you have
hate.
And you have to get that hate out. You have to transmit it. You have to to spread it because that's what comes out of you, you know?
Yes, and that's what they threw at you. I mean, how many calls didn't you receive? And what and how were they? Full of hate, full of hate. Messages are still being sent to us through Instagram, through Facebook, through Messenger, everywhere they can, spewing hate. I mean, people don't even know us, and simply that we're a disgrace, that we're racist. I mean, that's just a little bit
That we hate our own people and that we forgot where
we came from.
And that's the last thing we're going to forget, especially me, because as someone who was born in El Salvador, someone who lived through the Civil War, I've lived and I know what it's like to live in a world, a society
In chaos.
violent, where there's a lot of death, of a disaster. So for me, to live in a country that gives you the opportunity to live in a peaceful society based on the police who are always looking out for you, always, if you call them, they're there. We need to support that. We need to take care of it, because if we don't take care of it, we lose it. Therefore, we as a family, we as owners of Sammy's, are going to continue supporting 100% the agents of law and order. And thank you very much once again.
To all the people who have supported us, to everyone who has gone, those who have called us, those who have sent us letters, all the
who support us on social media.
And
What do they have to do?
well, follow us and give us a like, a thumbs up, and then subscribe.
Good. Thank you very much. May God bless you.
May God bless you.
Until next time.